What's up everyone, this is Wasim from the Tech Boys, and I have a battle between the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the Nokia Lumia 900. So these are two completely different phones, and you may be in the market trying to decide to go with the Windows Phone made by Nokia or the Samsung Galaxy S3. So first we're going to go through the design and hardware. First, let's start with the Lumia 900. Let's put this to the side. So first off, you're going to notice the display. It's a 4.3-inch AMOLED display with a resolution of 480 by 800, and that brings the pixels per inch to 217. You also notice it's a full unibody polycarbonate material. It's a really soft finish. It does come in this blue as well as black, and there's also the white color, which is a plastic glossy material rather than the polycarbonate. You also notice an 8-megapixel camera with dual LED flash. On the right, the volume buttons, power lock key, and the dedicated camera button. 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as your micro USB, and the speakers on the bottom. Overall, it does feel really great in the hand thanks to the curved edges. It is a little bit thicker than other devices like the Galaxy S3 if you compare them. Galaxy S3 is just a lot thinner, but it is a really good hardware device. I do think Nokia did a really good job designing the Lumia. Alright, and now the Galaxy S3. Still the same old Samsung. It's a full plastic construction with a hybrid glaze material, so it's pretty glossy and flashy. You also notice the 4.8-inch HD Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 1280 by 8 by 720. So a lot higher resolution than the Nokia. You're going to get 306 pixels per inch, so the text looks sharp. The colors pop really nicely thanks to the AMOLED display. And you're going to notice the physical home button as well as the power button on the right, your volume marker on the left, a micro USB charging port on the bottom, and your headphone jack on the top. One thing the Galaxy S3 does have that the Nokia doesn't have is a full removable back cover. There's a removable battery as well as an expandable micro SD card. So this model has 16 gigs built in, but you can expand it up to 64 gigs, so that's something the Lumia cannot do, or Windows Phone in general. Alright, inside the Galaxy S3 you're going to get a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core Exynos chip with 1 gig of RAM. On the Lumia is a 1.4 gigahertz single-core Snapdragon chip with 512 megabytes of RAM. So really the Galaxy S3 is dominating on the specs, quad-core processors versus single-core. You're getting a bigger high-resolution screen. They're both 8-megapixel cameras. This has a 1-megapixel front camera, and this one has a 1.9-megapixel front camera. And this is running Windows Phone Mango, while this is running Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich with Samsung's TouchWiz user interface. The Lumia 900 you can pick up across Europe or at&t in the States. The Galaxy S3 has already been released in Europe, and you can get them in the US across all carriers late June and early July. And now let's go over the software. First, let's start with the Lumia. You'll see Windows Phone. If you haven't used Windows Phone before, this is called Metro UI. It's called that because of the tiles. It kind of looks like a subway station. So you can easily customize this layout, remove some of the apps as well as move them around. It's pretty easy, just press and hold and then you can move them around. So this is really the only customization you can do with Windows Phone is through the tiles, as well as the theme color. You can change the blue to green or a different shade of blue, pink, yellow, as well as the background from black to white. So that's really the only customization you can do on Windows Phone, but it's a really easy to use operating system. The tiles are kind of like widgets, but because they can give off information like how many emails you have or what the weather is. What I am waiting for is being able to make the tile bigger. As you can see in like the calendar or the pictures, it's a full rectangle, while some of the apps are just squares, so there's no way to customize that. And if you scroll to the right, you get all your applications. You can just scroll between them, and an easy way to jump between is hitting on the letter and jumping to like W, and you can see all the applications ending in W. And of course, With Microsoft, it's unified via Bing, so if you hit on the search button, it's Bing search. You can search the web, search some local places, which I found really useful, restaurants based on like Chinese food or Indian food, things like that. You can search for things to do, so if there's a park or like a museum, things around your area, as well as shops, so things to buy things if you need to. You also get built-in like a Shazam. So this isn't Shazam, but it's Microsoft's own version, so you just tap on that. It's going to listen to the music and then identify the song. This can all be done on the Galaxy S3, but this is all built into Windows Phone, so there is no third-party apps you have to download. There's also Vision, so you can scan QR codes, books, DVDs, and find them online to buy. Or you can translate words, so if I took something like this, let me just pick this up. So, Revolution, I just do scan text. And it's going to identify all the words there. Hit on translate. If I need to translate it to someone who doesn't speak English, like possibly Japanese, I can do that. It's going to translate it to Japanese. So that's really cool. And that's all built into Windows Phone. Now with the Galaxy S3, so there are just a ton of things you can do on Android. You can customize almost every aspect of this device. The wallpaper, move your widgets around, and it's really easy. It's extremely fast to do on the Galaxy S3, so pretty simple. You can customize your dock at the bottom. Hit on your apps. These are all your applications. There's a lot of preloaded apps on Android phones if you didn't know. So you have All Share Play, Chat On, which is all Samsung devices. There's also Flipboard, so if you do like a creative way of reading your news or your social media sites, this is a way to do it. Of course, with Google services, you get Gmail as well as Google Maps, and which work really well. And you do also get turn-by-turn navigation. You get Music Hub, Gaming Hub, all that is Samsung applications, and you also have access to the Google Play Store, which has a lot more apps than the Lumia 900. The Google Play Store has about 500,000 apps, while the Windows Phone Marketplace is approaching 100,000, which is not bad for such a young operating system, but it is going to catch up eventually. You also get a lot of great Nokia apps like Nokia Drive, Nokia Maps, and that's also free turn-by-turn direction, and it's offline navigation, so you don't need to have a signal to use the GPS. You can download the entire map on your phone and navigate like that, so that's a really great feature on the Lumia. And it's overall just a really easy to use device. Social networking is built into the device, so your Facebook and your Twitter feed is going to appear in your People Hub. And it's a really nice, elegant, navigational user interface on Windows Phone. Again, multitasking works pretty similar. You can easily move between all your open apps, and that's the same with the Galaxy S3. And it's really easy to close out your application, just swipe all. With the Lumia, there's no way to exit apps. You just need to hit the back button until it all closes. So that's really something that might be updated with Windows Phone 8, and we don't know for sure if this device will be upgradable. The Galaxy S3 is obviously on its latest version of Android and is on TouchWiz UX. Next, let's go into the web browser. So obviously they're smartphones, so you do want to get the best browsing experience. So we're going to go to a website. We're going to go to, let's go to PhoneDog, phonedog.com. And the Lumia is on Wi-Fi. I don't have a SIM in here. And I'll go ahead and jump the Galaxy S3 on Wi-Fi as well. So phonedog.com. They're both loading up. So I don't know if the camera can show it well, but it just looks really pixelated compared to the Galaxy S3. The pictures aren't as sharp, the text isn't as sharp. It is a very usable browser. It's extremely smooth. I think Windows Phone has one of the smoothest browsers. There's no support for Flash, so you can see the Flash media playing on the Galaxy S3 and not on the Lumia. But both browsers are fantastic. You can you can browse the web, you can read your articles. A lot more features on the Galaxy S3 like offline reading mode or desktop view, and that's something not on the Nokia Lumia. But you can pin to start on the Lumia, so you can put that on your main page. So that's really cool if you have a site you always go to. As well as your tab, so tab viewing is really nice, and I'll show you how both work. So tap on there. You can easily jump between your apps. Again, both browsers are really well. The Galaxy S3 does have a pretty fast browser. It beats it slightly on the Lumia. But if you want something with easy transitions, the Lumia is going to work perfectly for you. But both devices have fantastic browsers. Alright, next we're going to talk about the camera. They both have 8 megapixel cameras. The aperture is 2.6 on the Galaxy S3, and the aperture on the Lumia is 2.2. So that basically means that the lens is a lot wider on the Lumia, so technically the more light should be able to pass through the lens and give you brighter images. But in my experience, the Lumia doesn't take really great pictures. It takes decent, but the Galaxy S3 takes a lot better. So you can easily open your camera, or you can press your dedicated camera button on your Lumia. So there's this picture, and you can easily focus. Let me show that for you guys. There you guys go. Tap. And you can take pretty fast pictures. The Lumia, not that fast, but it's a decent camera. There's no way to like focus. Once you tap on the screen, it will autofocus and then take the picture for you. So it's easy. What's nice is the Lumia has a dedicated camera button, so if you like that, that does good. That works pretty well. This records in 720p while the Galaxy S3 shoots in full 1080p, but the camera is a lot better on the Galaxy S3 versus the Lumia. Next, I also want to talk about notifications. There really isn't one way to pull all your notifications on your Lumia. It's kind of just thrown everywhere, just like iOS was in like 4.0. So you kind of have to browse through all your apps to see what has notifications, like your marketplace or your text messages. With the Galaxy S3 and every Android device, they're all in the notification bar. Pull it down, you get your quick toggles, and that's really great. It's a lot more developed operating system on the Android platform, where the Lumia is still pretty new. Hopefully with Windows Phone 8 it gets a lot more features. Alright, now I want to talk about browser performance as well as speed tests, battery life, and my personal opinion of the device. So let's talk about battery life. Both are extremely solid devices. My Galaxy S3 is currently on HSPA+. When the LTE model does come out, it's going to be it's not going to be the best, but it's still going to be pretty good on battery life with LTE. The Lumia does extremely well on LTE. I can easily get through a day running on the Lumia, and I expect the same thing with the LTE on the Galaxy S3. So it's going to have that 2100 milliamp hour battery, while this one has an 1850. So both should be great on battery life. Hardly any lag on any devices. They're both extremely smooth. I haven't had any crashes or lags on any of the devices, so both processors are great for getting all your jobs done. My opinion on the devices, while I do think the Lumia is a great device, I feel like it's not as mature as the Android operating system. So that's why I'm going to give the winner of this battle to the Galaxy S3. It's just a monster and a beast at doing everything. So camera, it's great. The operating system is super fast. A lot of applications, while the Windows Phone marketplace is still new. If you have the patience for it and you want to try something different, then go for the Lumia. You're not going to be disappointed, but you do have to be patient because doesn't have all the features you would like compared to the Galaxy S3. Alright you guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.